boys and girls. Hello, hello. How great is it to be here with you on a Wellness Wednesday? I am Mrs. Beckner, but you can call me Sheila if you want. That's my other name, right? I am a teacher at the YMCA. Has anybody ever been to the YMCA? Any of you? Yes, excellent. That's where I get to teach. I teach moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, and how fun to be with you today. So, do we have kids here from Jefferson? Yes? Awesome, kids from Jefferson, great. Back like years ago when there were dinosaurs, it was quite a long time ago, I used to be a principal at Jefferson. So that's a pretty special building for me. Now, do we have kids from Sunnyside here? Yes? Oh, great, glad you're here from Sunnyside. And how about Twin Bluff? Yes, awesome, Twin Bluff. I know lots of teachers at Twin Bluff and Sunnyside, well, and Burnside and Jefferson. So it's sure great to be here with you. And lastly, but not least, Burnside. Do we have any kids here from Burnside today? Yes, excellent. I was a principal at Burnside for about 10 years. This was like after the dinosaurs, you know? So it was a long time ago, but not that long ago. But I maybe had some of your moms or dads at Jefferson. Maybe I had some of your brothers and sisters at Burnside. So either way, it's great to see you. Thanks for letting me come and be with you on a Wellness Wednesday. So today is all about moving and breathing. How great is that, right? Two really important things. So boys and girls, we're gonna do some stretching together, some breathing together, and just have a good time for a few minutes. Here's the first thing I need you to do. If you're not already standing up, go ahead and stand up. Maybe not too far away from your desk in case you want to put a hand on it if we're working on balance, all right? But you have to kind of do this for a minute. You have to kind of make a circle with your arms and make sure you have enough space so you aren't gonna bump into anybody or anything, right, when we're moving. So I'm kind of doing this. Sometimes I hit my window when I am doing yoga at home. I have not broken any yet. My husband is very happy about that. So make sure you have enough space around you. And if you don't, then move to a different spot. Ask your teacher to find a good spot for you. All right, so are you all ready? I'm ready. I'm glad you're here and I'm glad I get to be with you. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we always start in mountain pose. How cool is that to have a pose named mountain, right? A mountain is strong and it is peaceful, and that's who we're going to be right now. So I'm standing on 2 feet and I'm kind of not doing this, or I'm kind of not doing that, or like this or anything. I'm like super strong. I'm tall like a mountain. So boys and girls, pick up one of your feet, anyone. It doesn't matter which one. All right. And then press it into the ground. Okay. Think about pressing it into the earth as if you were a mountain. Then gently pick up the other one. And do the same thing, really press it in. So you have your strong mountain foundation, okay? The next thing with a mountain is super tall, right? If you think about mountains, you think, they're way up high. The mountain peaks are way up high. It's because they're so tall. So boys and girls, do this for a minute. Stand and roll your shoulders a little bit. So we're rolling our shoulders down and back, all right? So that we become really nice, and our chest is open, our heart is open, and we are really nice and tall. Now our head is a mountain peak, right? That makes sense. So again, standing nice and tall. Mountain pose. That's it. I mean, that's not it. That's not all we're going to do. I'm just saying that is it. So when we say mountain pose, we go whoosh, we get this strong mountain. Awesome. All right, so now you've found your mountain pose. You're standing up nice and strong. And boys and girls, slowly take an inhale breath with me. And as we inhale, we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears. Okay, so we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to push our hands down. So we're going to inhale. So we're bringing our shoulders up in the mountain. And then we're going to push down on the exhale. One more nice calming breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Awesome. All right, now boys and girls, we're gonna just get our head moving and our neck moving a little bit. So do this for me, if you will. Shake your head, yes, but do it kind of gently, right? We're bringing our chin to our chest and then we're looking up. All right, so as I inhale, I'm gonna lift my chin to the sky. I'm like on the mountain and I'm looking for birds, and then I'm gonna exhale and let my chin come down to my chest. So right here, I'm letting my chin come right by my neck, and then I'm gonna inhale. I'm gonna be looking for birds on my mountain, and then I'm gonna exhale. All right, now let's look side to side to see if there are any. Yeah, we checked for birds. Maybe we want to check for some other kind of animals on our mountain. So we're slowly moving our neck side to side. Sometimes when we sit in school a lot, our neck gets a little tired, or sometimes, go ahead and keep your head centered. When we're on our Chromebooks a lot, then we kind of get hunched over. So it's good to stretch our neck. All right, let's get the rest of our body stretching. So boys and girls, bend your knees a little bit, and as you inhale, bring your arms up overhead and really stretch, 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 stretch. So you're reaching up into the sky, your mountain peak, and then go ahead, whoosh, glue your hands together, all right? So they're glued together over your head. Now, will you join with me and take a nice, calm inhale, and on the exhale, just tip to one side. So this is now like a moon shape. We're making a little crescent moon, not a full moon, crescent moon. Now, let's inhale and come back up center to our mountain. Exhale, let's have the crescent moon float to the other side. Awesome. Inhale, back up to your mountain peak, and then exhale. Let's have it go to the other side. One more, let's inhale up to the peak of our mountain, and then let's exhale and find our crescent moon. Awesome. Now take a big inhale, come up, and then boys and girls, roll your wrists as you bring your arms down. They're kind of fluttering. They're fluttering and rolling, kind of like birds would be, or butterflies. You know, it won't be terribly long before we see butterflies. Awesome. All right. Last thing we want to warm up on our mountain is our spine. So to do this, come back to Tadasana, your mountain pose. Ta-da! All right. And now put a little bend in your knees, boys and girls, okay? And we are going to start swinging. This is why you have to make sure you don't have anybody around you that you would bump into, right? Or anything. You don't want to hit your hands on something. So right now we're the wind on the mountain, right? So we're getting little spinal twists one side or the other, and now maybe the wind is going to go a little faster. We're not going to tip over because we're a mountain, right? So our feet are glued to the ground. But we are going to move a little bit faster because we're going to get a little bit more of a wind. Keep bending your knees so your mountain isn't real stiff, right? Because the mountain has to move, and well, the mountain doesn't move, but it changes throughout the season. Okay, now start slowing your wind down. The wind is ending on the mountain, so start moving more slowly, getting your wind down. Awesome. Excellent, boys and girls. Slow your wind down. Awesome. Come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Great. Now, so we've had the moon on our mountain. We've had a windstorm, which we got through. Now, I think on our mountain, it's time to, how about we get a little tricky with our mountain? How about we add a tree to our mountain, okay? So here's where, remember where I said you might want to be kind of close because you might want to reach a desk or a chair. You can do that. We're going to build a tree pose for our mountain. So we're going to make a tree, all right? So boys and girls, I'm going to keep one foot glued to the ground, all right? So put your hand on one of your thighs, okay? Right here. You can choose either one. That leg is going to stay glued to the ground. Whoosh. It's our tree roots. Think of a big, tall oak tree, all right? They have deep, deep roots. So I've got my oak tree there. I've got my oak tree trunk, tree roots. All right. Now look at my other leg. It is getting ready to move, all right? So to make a tree, I am going to just bring that knee out to the side a little bit. And you might notice that I have my big toe on the ground and I have my heel on the side of my leg, right? This is tree pose. Now, if you feel a little wobbly and you feel like, oh, my tree is starting to move, that's where you can put a hand maybe on your desk or on your chair, okay? So you could have one hand. I don't have a chair right here. I have some plants, but I don't think they would hold me up. So you could put one hand on your chair. Now I've got my toe on the ground, got my knee open, and now I'm gonna start growing my tree branches. So you ready? Choose what kind of tree you wanna be. It'll be spring and not too long. So we're gonna grow our tree branches up, 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 up. We have big tree branches. Awesome. Okay, now, what happens in the fall? The leaves start to come down. And the leaves come down from our tree and land on the base of the mountain. Awesome. Now go ahead, bring that knee in. Fantastic. Let's try to make a tree on the other side. All right. So this time I'm going to put my hand on this leg because this leg is going to stay glued in. It is my tree trunk, my oak tree. I'm going to do an oak tree because we have lots of oak trees around us. So my oak tree is going to stay right there. This time my other leg is opening to the side. All right. Now, what if you start tipping a little bit, right? You can put one hand on a chair. So I've got my big toe on the ground. I've got my heel. Take some deep inhales and exhales. And then as you inhale, boys and girls, let's go ahead and make our branches. We like to have branches. We've got to have branches in our tree, right? Now, in your tree, keep inhaling and exhaling, all right? And maybe you have one hand on the chair or the desk. Awesome. Maybe you have both hands in the air. Awesome too. All right, take another nice strong inhale. And then as you exhale, it's time for fall to come and our leaves to come down from the tree. So just slowly have them come down to the earth. Excellent. Now, boys and girls, take that knee, whoosh, bring it back in, put that foot on the ground, build your mountain one more time. So there's our mountain, there's our wind, there's our tree. We have our body all ready to move in all kinds of directions. So the last thing we want to do, not the last thing, but the next thing I should say we want to do, right, is we want to do a little sun salutation. I am so excited because the sun was out today and it was melting things and oh gosh, that makes me happy. The sun in general makes me happy. So boys and girls, stand in your mountain pose, maybe move those feet up and down a little bit so they're kind of glued into the ground, right? All right, so we're gonna learn a sun salutation, right? So in our mountain pose, we bend our knees. Now take a big inhale with me. And as you inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up. It's like the sun is rising way up into the sky. Look up, lift your chin up, and exhale. But your arms are still up. Now take another inhale. And now we're slowly going to have the sun set. All right, so we start kind of diving like we're diving into water, coming into this forward bend where the sun sets all the way in the ground. I'm just going to turn sideways in case you're not sure what I'm doing. So I'm in this little bendy shape, right? I'm in a little bend. And I've got, speaking of bends, I've got a bend in my knees. And the sun has set now. Now, boys and girls, do this with me. As you inhale, walk your hands up your legs and come into a half sunset. So it's kind of like the sun is rising, but it's not so sure if it's going to rise, and it decides not to. So it goes back into that forward fold. Just walk your hands down. All right, and are you ready? Now it's time for the sun to rise. So boys and girls, you're upside down in your bendy fold. You're going to bend your knees a whole lot. And now together, we're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to rise like the sun, coming all the way up. And we're going to exhale and we're going to set like the sun. So we're going to come back to that forward fold. And then we're going to walk our hands up our legs and we're going to come into this half sunset. So we've got this really long spine. And now on an exhale, come into your forward fold again. So our sun is set. Now it is ready to rise. So for us to root down and rise up, we're going to put a good bend in our knees. We're going to bend those knees, sweep those arms up, come up, 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 up. Awesome. Now go ahead and reach to the sky. You're reaching. Take some of that warmth from the sun and bring it in. We can always use warmth from the sun, right? Awesome. All right, that is the sun salutation. So boys and girls, today you have learned a sun salutation. You have learned mountain. You have learned tree. If I come back and visit you again, I think we should add some birds so we could have birds flying and maybe some airplane poses and things like that too, because they're fun to do too. All right, so we're going to do one more sun salutation and then we have something that we see at night. So let's bend our knees, sweep those arms up, take a big inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale. We come into that forward fold. Now inhale, have your sun rise halfway, right? Just halfway. Exhale, walk those hands down your legs and go back to your sunset. Now we're going to bend our knees, really bend our knees. We're going to root down and rise up as our sun rises, 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 rises. Now, go ahead and take some of that energy from the sun, some of that warmth, whoosh, bring it into your heart. Awesome. Boys and girls, next, we are going to talk about something that's in the night sky. Do you know what it is? It's something in the night sky. It's bright. It leads us. It can guide us. Yes, stars. Okay, and how many points do stars have? They have 5. Can we make a star? Yes, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We can make a star. So, boys and girls, stand in your mountain pose. And when I count down from 3, we are going to jump and take our feet apart, all right? So, here we go. 1, I'll go reverse. 3, 2, 1. Let's jump. All right. Now we've got star feet. 1, 2. We need star hands. 3, 4. Ow, that was maybe a little hard. I could have done that a little softer. And our head is the star 5, right? This is star pose. How cool is that? Now, here's what we're going to do. Our arms are out wide. Our feet are out wide. Our spine is nice and long. We're going to take about 3 inhales and exhales. So join with me, boys and girls, as we go. A big inhale and a slow exhale. And another inhale and an exhale. And another inhale and exhale. Awesome. So star pose is a pose that looks like it's really easy, but I don't know about you, but have you ever noticed if you're standing in a star pose, all of a sudden your arms might get a little bit tired, right? So take a strong inhale with me, boys and girls. And on the exhale, let's wrap our arms into a big hug. Inhale, let's open those arms. Exhale, let's come back into a hug. One more time. Inhale, let's open. Exhale into a big hug. Awesome. Let's go back to our star pose, all right? Whoosh. Strong arms, strong arms. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a folded star, all right? So, boys and girls, take a nice strong inhale. And on the exhale, we begin to fold just like we did in our sunset, but now our star is folding down. All right, so I'm coming down, my star is folding down, it's folding down. Once your star gets down, let your hands come to the ground. If they don't quite come to the ground, put a bend in your star knees, okay? All right. Now we're going to walk our hands up our legs and we are going to come back into whoosh, our star pose, okay? Now one more time, we're going to do our folded star pose. So with me, take a nice strong inhale. And on an exhale, we're going to start bending, bending, bending. We're going to come into a folded star. This time we're going to keep our arms out to the side as our head comes down. And we're going to take a couple breaths here. So we're kind of upside down. Inhaling and exhaling. One more, boys and girls. Nice big inhale and an exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Put a good bend in those knees. When I say good bend, I just mean make sure you bend your knees, all right? Because we've got our start and we're going to come all the way up again. I have to move a little bit so I don't put my hand through the window. All right? Awesome. One more time with our star. Take an inhale, get a nice long spine. We're going to come into our folding star. All right? Now, we're going to be a twisty star for a minute. So, what's a twisty star, right? So, you take one of your hands and you put it on the ground between your legs and the other one goes up to the sky. And you take a breath, an inhale and an exhale and another inhale. And then on an exhale, you switch hands and the hand that was in the sky comes down and the other one goes up to the air. And now, boys and girls, we inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. So on Wellness Wednesdays, it's good to do a lot of really mindful breathing. All right, boys and girls, now take that top hand that's in the air. Mine is waving to you. Let it come down to the floor. Put a good bend in your knees, and we're going to walk our hands up our legs. Awesome. There you go. Roll those shoulders down and back. Now, on the count of 3, we're going to bring our feet back together. So if you're ready, 1, 2, 3. Jump those feet back together. Awesome. All right. Now, boys and girls, you have done such a great job today because you have learned mountain pose, tree pose, star pose. You've done lots of great exercises for your spine. And now it's time for us to have a little relaxation while we get ready for the rest of our days. So you can do what your teacher wants you to do right now. You can either stand right where you are in your mountain pose, all right? Or you can go back and sit on your chair. So whatever your teacher says. So let them tell you for a second what they want you to do. Okay, ready? All right, so now the last thing we're going to do to get us ready for the rest of the day, we are going to take an inhale, and when we do, we're going to squinch up our face. I call it just squinching it, right? So we're going to squeeze it really tight, and then we're going to exhale and let it just melt, almost like a snowman melting, okay? So then we're going to inhale, and we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, and we're going to squeeze, 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 and then we're going to exhale and melt those shoulders down. Next, we're going to bring our arms into our body, and we're going to bring our hands in a fist, all right? And we're going to take an inhale, and when we inhale, we're going to squeeze our arms together, squeeze our hands together, hold, 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 exhale, melt those hands down. Now your arms are melted, your hands are melted. Now, we are going to squeeze our legs together, all right? So take a strong inhale and squeeze, 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 and then exhale, melt. So your legs are relaxed. So now we have our head relaxed, we've got our shoulders relaxed, we've got our arms relaxed, got our legs relaxed. The last thing is our feet, all right? So boys and girls, when you take your inhale, we are going to squeeze our feet and our toes. It's a little easier to do if you're sitting on a chair, but you can do it standing too. So squeeze those toes, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And now take an exhale and let those toes just melt. Awesome. Last thing. Are you ready? We're going to squeeze our whole body together. Not together with each other. Together within ourselves, right? All right, so take a big inhale and squeeze everything. Squinch your face. I kind of call it pruning it up. You squeeze it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze your whole body together. Squeeze and exhale. Release everything. Awesome. Boys and girls, you did awesome work today. You were strong and peaceful like a mountain. You were sunny like the sun, right? And you were bright and strong like the stars. So I wish you a great rest of your day. Thanks again for letting me come and visit you on Wellness Wednesday. What a cool thing is this? So you be well, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you again another day. If you're ever down at the Y and you see me, come say hi. Bye-bye.